read that mid-season finale script for the first time where you get your heart stopped?
Well, I actually knew about it beforehand, to be honest, because Andrew, like, when he gets excited about stuff, he'll just tell us. He's like, okay, and in episode 17, this is what's gonna happen. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, So, yeah, I already knew about it. He had told us. He told me weeks in advance. He told me, so in episode 15, Wells is gonna kill you, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and then he was like, but don't worry, we bring you back because Barry goes back in time. I was like, okay, that's good. Well, either way, I just love being a part of the show, so whatever happens, I'm cool with it. But like now that like the show is what it is, I'm like, yeah, don't kill me. Come on, don't do that again, please. At least not for a while. So yeah.
So since he tells you stuff in advance, what's up with your metahuman powers?
I mean, he's actually really good at keeping me in the dark about that stuff. You know what I mean? Because he knows I'll blab. He knows I get excited about it too. So he keeps it from me. But as far as I can tell, like, there are some weird things happening with Cisco biologically. He has these dreams in like episode 120 around there, and they start using them to their advantage as a tool to like trap the Reverse Flash. So I think Cisco is not just grappling with what's happening in his headspace, but also with the things that Dr. Wells told him at the end of season 1 about this destiny that he's supposed to have. So I think you can expect those things to sort of have repercussions in season 2.
Given the fact that he had his future alluded to, how does that change in season 2? Is it kind of making him more excited, or is it making him back down and a little worried about what's to come?
I think it's a bit complicated. At the end of season 1, I think like everybody, especially Cisco, is just so overwhelmed with everything happening. The dour circumstances of like these, just the wormhole and Barry potentially going back in time and changing everything. Like, I think just emotionally, Cisco's so overwhelmed, he has to just like tunnel vision and work on the tech and be a part of the team and just do what it takes to stop the singularity and do all this stuff. And so he doesn't really have time to think about emotional repercussions of anything like that. So when Dr. Wells sort of plants that seed, there's this complicated state of denial that sort of arises from that, and so I think with regards to that, I don't think he's fully accepted that, I mean, Dr. Wells was essentially, he betrayed all of us. So as far as Cisco's concerned, he doesn't believe him, we'll start to see kind of how that plays in season 2.
Grant mentioned that Barry's a little bit of a lover between season 2.
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about Cisco's relationship with Barry and how that's
Well, I think Cisco to a certain degree looks up to Barry, and so as a result of that, Cisco will respect any decision that Barry makes. If Barry wants to go it alone, he will respect that. And I think even if their friendship would suffer as a result of that, I think Cisco ultimately wants what's best for Barry because he loves him that much. He just he wants him to be the best hero that he can be because it's about saving lives, right?
So Cisco really geeked out when he met characters like the Arrow and Black Canary.
Yeah.
Is there any character from the DC universe you would really like to see him meet?
Oh boy, where's the list? I think Mirror Master would be dope. Mirror Master is one that I want to see. Just because, I feel like our effects team can do anything. You know what I mean? They can, they've been able to give life to stuff that they're not even sure they could do, and they just, do it. And so I'd be interested to see, how they would facilitate that character's powers, and, so, yeah.
So you're the stand-in for the audience, making pop culture references.
Sure.
Can you tell us any of the pop culture references that you guys have kind of shot along the way in season 2?
There's actually a huge, very obvious reference in the first episode of season 2. It's a comic book reference, and I don't want to give it away, but it's, yeah.